Hello mathematicians and welcome to Number Corner. For Number Corner today, we will be working with our calendar collector. You will need your Number Corner book and a pencil. We are going to record how much our seedlings have grown since the last time we measured them. We will also record the amount of change that has occurred. I'll show you how to do that when we get there. You can pause the video now to get what you need. Wow, here are our plants so far this month. Look at how much they have grown in just a few days. The first day we measured on the 8th, we only saw plants here, 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 and here. Now, if you look at our picture for the 12th, we have all of our peas sprouted. If you look very closely, you can also see a few of our corn seedlings are starting to come up. We are going to measure our plants today to see how tall they are. But before we do, we need to go back into our chart and catch up with our measurements for the past few days. You should have this page open in your Number Corner book. This is page 77. Remember, we wrote 4-8 for the first date in our chart. We also wrote down how tall our peas were for plant 1. Our peas were 1 centimeter. You should already have this in your book. You should also have our measurement of 0 centimeters for our corn, plant 2. What I want you to do now is fill in the rest of our dates for the 9th, 10th, and 11th over the weekend, and how much our plants have grown on those days. So fill in this first row for your peas and your corn. When you're done, you'll fill in the next row for April 10th for your peas and your corn. When you're done, fill in the next row for April 11th for your peas and your corn. And then when you're done, fill in the date for April 12th, and we will measure the peas and corn together. You can pause the video now if you need more time to fill in your plant growth chart. Now it's time to record the height of our peas and our corn for today. Remember, we're measuring in centimeters. Here's my centimeter ruler. I'm going to turn my pot a little bit so I can get an accurate measurement for how tall my peas are. I want my ruler to go all the way down so it's touching the dirt. And I need to remember to be very, very gentle with my seedlings so I don't damage them. I do want to get an accurate measurement, so I'm just going to gently hold up my pea plant, and I can see that it's right about at the 5 for 5 centimeters. And that's what I'll record for the height of our peas. And then I need to look at my corn seedling. My corn seedling, it's kind of hard to see, but it's right down here. And I'm going to do the same, put my ruler down in the dirt and kind of turn my ruler so it's measuring the height of my corn seedling. And that's just about exactly at 1 centimeter. So the height for my 2 plants is 5 centimeters and 1 centimeter. Let's put that in our chart today. Now let's fill in. Our peas were 5 centimeters today, and our corn was 1 centimeter today. Now I want us to look at this column we haven't talked about yet called amount of change. This column wants to know how much our plants have grown each day. We don't have any change for our first day because we didn't have a measurement before this day. So let's look at the 9th, and I want you to think, how much our peas have grown in 1 day. Now show a connection if you're thinking they've grown 1 centimeter. That's exactly right. So we will put a plus sign, and then we want to put 1 cm for centimeter. That's how much our plant grew. How about for April 10th? How much did our plant grow from the 9th to the 10th? Show a connection if you think it grew 1 centimeter again. Yeah, good thinking. We'll put our plus sign and then 1 and cm, short for centimeters. How about from the 10th to the 11th? If you're thinking 1 centimeter, good thinking. Put that in our chart. And then from the 11th to today. Show a connection if you wrote 1 centimeter again. Yeah, this plant is growing about 1 centimeter a day. Now let's have a look at our corn plant, or our corn seedling. If we're looking at our seedling growth from the 8th to the 9th, thumbs up or thumbs down. Did our plant grow at all? I should see a thumbs down. It hasn't grown. So we're just going to say plus 0 cm, or 0 centimeters, because our plant hasn't grown yet. It hasn't even sprouted. So we'll say that for the next day too, and the next day, and then for today, how much has our plant grown? Thumbs up if you see that it's grown 1 centimeter. All right, fill in the rest of your chart. You can pause the video if you need more time. Now that our chart is all filled in, I want to show you how we will be comparing the height of all of our plants over the next few weeks. We are going to be using something called a line plot. It looks a lot like an open number line, but it's going to show us our height in centimeters for our plants, all the way up to 50 centimeters, if our plants get that big. We will be updating this line plot all month. When we do, we will place boxes on the line that match the height of our plants. The boxes will represent each group of corn and peas that we planted. We have been measuring group 1 together. Each box will show the group number for the plant, the date, and the height in centimeters. The green boxes will represent the pea seeds, and the yellow boxes will represent the corn seeds. Let's measure our seeds and plot the measurements. Now, I've already written down our measurements for each group of plants. We can see our plants that we've measured, group 1 here, the date, April 12th, and 5 centimeters. I've done the same for all of the pea seeds and the same for all of the corn seeds. Now I need to decide where to put these boxes on my line plot. Let's zoom in for a closer look. Now, for each box, I have put them right above the measurement of height in centimeters on our line plot. All of the corn seedlings that were 0 centimeters or haven't sprouted are right over the 0. All of the 1 centimeter corn seedlings are right over the number 1 for 1 centimeter. All of the pea seedlings that are 3 centimeters are over the 3. The 4 centimeter pea seedlings are over the 4. And the 5 centimeter pea seedlings are over the number 5. Take a moment to look at this line plot, and then I'll ask you a few questions. First, I want you to think if you can remember how many days have passed since we first planted our seeds. Now, we planted our seeds last Monday. Today is Monday, so it's been 8 days. Show a connection if that's what you were thinking. Now, are everyone's seedlings the same height? And when I say everyone's, I mean each group. Is each group of seedlings the same height? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I should see lots of thumbs down. If all of our seedlings were the same height, well, they'd all be stacked right on top of each other over the same number. And they're a little bit spread out over our line plot. What is our tallest seedling? How tall is it? How short is our shortest seedling? What's the difference between their heights? And how do you know? Now have a look at our line plot. Show a connection if you can see that our tallest seedling is 5 centimeters. That's the furthest up on our line plot. Show a connection if you're seeing our shortest seedling is 0 centimeters. Yeah, these two seedlings for groups of 6 and 2, they haven't sprouted yet. So what's the difference between these two seedlings? What's the height difference? Show a connection if you're thinking 5 centimeters. How did you know that? Now you may have known this in a few different ways. You may have just counted up on our line plot like we would on a number line. Or you may have known that the difference between 0 and 5 is 5. Good thinking either way. What is the most common height for each type of seedling? Or the height that you see the most? Show a connection if you're thinking 1 centimeter for corn and 4 centimeters for peas. That's good thinking. These are the most common heights because we see them the most. There's 4 of our corn seedlings that are 1 centimeter and 3 of our pea seedlings that are 4 centimeters. What is the difference between the height of the tallest and the shortest corn seedling? Show a connection if you're thinking 1 centimeter. Yeah, there are only 2 heights for our corn, 0 centimeters or 1 centimeter. The difference is 1 centimeter. How about the difference in height of the tallest and shortest pea seedlings? What's the difference in the height? Now, if we look at our line plot, we can see 1 pea seedling is 3 centimeters and 2 pea seedlings are 5 centimeters. What's the difference between 3 and 5? Show a connection if you're thinking 2 centimeters. Good thinking. Does there seem to be any difference so far in how tall the corn is growing compared to how tall the peas are growing? Show a connection if you're thinking, the peas are growing a little bit faster or taller. Yeah, that's good thinking. A lot of our pea seedlings are further up on our line plot, and our corn seedlings are still just sprouting. Now, we are going to continue to post the same kind of data a week from now. I want you to think if there are any predictions you could make about what our seedlings will look like next week. Now, you may be thinking a few different things. You may be thinking that the peas will keep growing taller than the corn. You may be thinking that they'll be even further apart on our line plot. Or maybe you're thinking the corn will catch up to the peas and they'll start to grow at the same rate. There's a lot of things we could predict. Make your predictions and we'll check in next week. Until then, I want you to show your teacher in Seesaw how much our plants have grown. Good work today, and I'll see you next time for Number Corner.